2013 live, live 2013, live 2013, live 2013, 2013 live, live 2013, 2013 live, live 2013, live in 2013, 2013 live. Welcome back to Music Kingdom. Due to very high demand in this video, I will finally be experiencing the 2013 live rendition of Ghost Love Score by Nightwish. Even though I don't typically do reactions to videos on this channel as opposed to reviews, analysis, and breakdowns of songs, I am still very excited and more than happy to experience this performance and give my 2 cents. Hang tight. Hey music lovers, my name is Francis. If you are a fellow nerd for music such as myself, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support the work I put into these videos, you'll find Music Kingdom's Patreon and other affiliate links in the description below. Alright, feel free to skip ahead using the timestamps, but before I finally experience this performance, I do have some questions for any Nightwish fans watching this video because I am a bit perplexed by the fan base. As mentioned on this channel, we primarily do reviews, breakdowns, analysis, so on and so forth, and so the previous video we did on this channel was a review of the studio version of Ghost Love Score by Nightwish. And we went over a bunch of things that most other fan bases, whether it be Tool, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Genesis, David Bowie, stuff that those fan bases really like learning about. So regarding Ghost Love Score, we talked about the influences of how the song was created, the incorporation of the orchestra. Our expert analyzed the composition going through chord progressions, time signatures, key changes. We broke down categories talking about the otherworldly production, the amazing writing and the lyrics, and ultimately arriving at an overall song score that was the highest we had ever given any song. And as opposed to other fan bases, which yes, generally will encourage me to check out the live version of this song or that song, but will always still agree and advocate for the studio version being listened to first, the comments I got in the review for Ghost Love Score absolutely blew me away. I will skip this till the live version in 2013. Sorry, but you got the wrong version. Here's another. This is in no way a good version in my opinion. Look, I'm not trying to argue that the studio version is necessarily better than the live version, but to say this is in no way a good version. It's the original. You wouldn't even have anything live to watch if it didn't exist. Okay, here's my favorite. In the interest of staying positive, I will say that I really appreciate that you put in a disclaimer near the beginning of the video so that I would know pretty quickly that there was no need for me to continue or subscribe. At this point, I am honestly half expecting to get a comment that says, only real fans have never heard the studio version. And to be clear, I definitely get the logic. If it's Phil Collins, you want to watch In the Air Tonight live. If it's Michael Jackson, you want to watch Billie Jean live. You want to watch the short film for Smooth Criminal. If it's Freddie Mercury and Queen, you want to watch Who Wants to Live Forever live. And again, I'm not trying to argue that the original studio version is better than the live rendition. However, I will defend it and say that it is an absolute work of art regarding its production, its composition, its songwriting, its originality. And with that orchestra especially, it is such an experience and aesthetic and atmosphere for the ears of the listener. There were some comments that did give me insight into the fan base. An alternate opinion was actually recommending a different live rendition of Ghost Love Score, saying that there's a lot more choir and orchestra in it, that Tarja is a part of the song, not the star of the song, and that it's supposed to be an experience, not just listening to someone belt over the choir. And there were other helpful comments as well, providing further insight. So I guess what I've kind of gathered, and again, let me know down in the comments, is that regarding the fan base of Nightwish, there are perhaps older or more original fans who follow the albums and the studio versions of songs, and yes, of course, appreciate the live versions. And then perhaps there are newer fans who maybe got into them from watching them live to begin with, and of course are bigger fans of the lead singer who is currently fronting the band. Either way, I totally get it. I'm just someone who likes to familiarize myself first with the studio recording so that then the contrast of watching it live will hit even harder. But absolutely, if you are watching this and you are a Nightwish fan, let me know in the comments, as I am genuinely curious what the fan base cares about, what they think about, what matters to them, so that I can better educate myself. Alright, with all that out of the way, it's time for me to finally see what all the fuss is about and experience the 2013 live rendition, highly requested, of Ghost Love Score by Nightwish. And just a heads up, I might pause once or twice to give my thoughts. That way I'm not talking all over the performance. The sound of the crowd just erupted. They know exactly what they're in for. I love the setup they've got on stage. Very clean transition. They're very tight. Like, I know the playback is of the studio in terms of the orchestra, but you would almost think that they're fake playing, which is how good they are. Oh, she's stunning. I love her control. Granted, she's not dancing around or anything, but it still takes a lot of control to not be flat. The belting plus vibrato and flawless falsetto. Oh my goodness. Flawless falsetto. Thoughts so far? I absolutely love the presence that she has on stage. Yes, you can teach it, but most often it's something you have or you don't. As well as something I already mentioned, so I won't be too redundant, but her vocal control, whether she is doing the falsetto with the vibrato or she's belting as well. Granted, she's not running up and down the stage or doing any dancing or choreographies that would make it very difficult to sing without fucking up. But even still, that's not to minimize how difficult and impressive it is for what she is providing nonetheless. And again, the band is so tight and sharp to the point where it actually made me wonder for half a second if they were using playback. Now granted, they are using a playback track for the orchestral elements that were from the studio version, and I'm glad they are, because I was very curious how it would sound live if they're not going to do it with the orchestra. Problem solved. Use the playback track for that in the full effect, and let the rest of the band nail the rest.
Siren from the deep came to me, sang my name, my
She has such confidence and charisma, rightfully so. Bit of a vocal run right there. Half a second, but I heard it. I am glad I listened to the studio version first, because this is really hitting even harder now. glad they're sticking to the song to a T as well, letting all the anticipation build amongst the fans. And so glad that they kept the playback track of the original orchestral version. It just adds to it. To be in that audience, it must be a spiritual experience. What a venue. The anticipation is unreal, knowing what's about to come. Wow. Such presence. Very impressive. Oh! Wow. Yeah, see, that wasn't in the original. Oh, operatic voice. And a metal voice. Her versatility is insane. Oh my goodness. It cannot be understated what just happened. In addition to how she commands the stage and the audience, she then, within 10 to 20 seconds, nails an operatic vocal delivery, and then like the flip of a switch, she goes into a metal vocal delivery, growling when she needs to, falsetto when she needs to, and belting when she wants to. Unbelievable. Excellent crowd control as well, knowing how to work them. I like how you can really hear the drummer right now, and what he's doing. Transitions like that are so difficult to nail when you're doing a song live. And they did it so smoothly. That already was pretty nice, but I sense that there's more. I like that she's almost teasing them. Wow. She knows. She knows what you just did. That's the smile of someone who just nailed that. Relishing it. Soaking it. Oh my god. Oh! And she cued that final part too. A little sweaty. I get it. I get it now. Alright, initial thoughts. I mean, wow. I love the energy that was brought to this performance of Ghost Love Score. The theatrics, the entertainment factor, the overall production of the show. I obviously will have to give it a few more watches to really absorb everything that was going on, because admittedly I was so transfixed on her that I almost felt like the rest of the band kind of took a back seat, which is of course natural when you have a lead singer, and one albeit who is as talented as she is. Commanding the stage, knowing when to interact with the audience, bringing the charisma, having the presence. All throughout the performance of that song, she was consistently excellent in her vocal delivery. However, I knew that it was going somewhere, at least with the context clues regarding how highly requested this specific performance of the song was. Now granted, for a vast majority of my life, especially when growing up, I would watch concerts of Neil Diamond, concerts of Phil Collins, concerts of Queen, concerts of Michael Jackson, concerts of Earth, Wind and Fire, concerts of Chicago, and so many more, most of which, by the way, on YouTube. I did not grow up rich. But what I'm trying to say is that at this point, I am very picky with live performers, because I guess I developed a bit of a sweet tooth for the greatest to ever own a stage, past or present. Music and entertainment are two of my biggest passions in life. And so no, I'm not saying this to appease any Nightwish fans. I genuinely did think that was a kick-ass rendition and performance. Now with all that said, was that the greatest live performance of anything I've ever seen in my life? No, but I feel like that's okay, and I don't think anybody's necessarily claiming that either. And what I will say, and I hope this doesn't piss too many of you guys off, is that if I really am trying to listen and have an immersive experience in my ears, I might still opt for the studio version of the song because of just how well blended and mixed it all is with all of the different compositional and production elements. But of course, I am not dense, nor ignorant, nor stubborn enough to acknowledge that was absolutely kick-ass. And that yes, I get it, and I will admit, this is the optimal version of the song to enjoy. So absolutely 100% in the comments down below, let me know which other songs, whether studio or live, I should check out next, and ultimately what this channel should review next. As mentioned, reacting to videos isn't necessarily this channel's thing. However, when it is good enough, I will absolutely check it out. And hey, maybe in the future I can create a grading system similar to how I review songs, but for specific live numbers. As mentioned, if you are a fellow nerd for music such as myself, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you'd like to support the work I put into these videos, you'll find Music Kingdom's Patreon and other affiliate links in the description below. This has been another edition of Music Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching with me, and I look forward to jamming with you in the next one.